Morning, y'all. My name is John Wood. I have the honor of being the chair of New Britain Pride, and I just want to welcome everyone to the second annual flag raising here in the city of New Britain. So thank you everyone for attending today. Before we start the program, I want to invite our police chief, Chief Shu. And is our fire chief here yet? I don't see him here, but Chief Shu, if you don't mind leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yes. That's what we got to go back to now.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you all for attending the flag ceremony this morning. Thanks to the mayor, the lieutenant governor, all the people, city elected officials, and members of the community for showing up and participating in today's ceremony. I think it'd be remiss if we didn't, right off the top of the moment, right off the top here, take a moment to remember the over 5 dozen members of the transgender community, many who were black, who were murdered in just the last 3 years. There are many more that go unreported, but here are just a few of the many brothers and sisters who we've lost over the last 3 years. Monica Diamond, 34. Serena Ramos, 32. Nina Pop, 28. Dana Martin, 31. Jordan Colfer, 22. Sasha Wall, 29. Nino Forston, 36. Let's take a minute of silence to remember these individuals and recommit ourselves to the work that our nation is always aiming towards, to becoming a more perfect union. Thank you. As we kick off the second annual Pride Week here, it's a different environment. It's been over 1,000 days since New Britain Pride was born outside Stonewall Inn, and I'm so proud of the work that this group has done to help spread understanding for the LGBTQ plus community through various Pride celebrations, advocacy, and community engagements. This year, obviously, is slightly different. I think we can all say thanks coronavirus. Today we raised the flag. Tomorrow we're going to be participating in a virtual Pride in Politics, a tripartisan panel and voter enrollment drive. Wednesday, the Common Council is going to adopt the Pride Resolution, and I'm proud to say that hopefully, knock on wood, this council will endorse the Equality Act. This is a big step, and hopefully, if the mayor gets the votes, New Britain will be the first Connecticut municipality to endorse the Equality Act, and that will hopefully send a message to Congress. Oh, we do have the votes? Brilliant. We'll be the first municipality to endorse the Equality Act to send a message to the United States Senate that truly everyone is equal. And lastly, we are going to be hosting a Pride and Art gallery on August 14th at 5 p.m. The theme is Pride of Colors. Any artists, you're welcome to come and join. Now, let's get to work on raising this flag. I want to call up our first speaker, one of my good friends, and our openly gay alderman in the city of New Britain, Alderman Robert Smedley.
Hey, Robert.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Last year I started out with the line, "What a great day to be gay." Today I just want to tell you a quick story about how difficult it is to drive with a shirt full of sequins on it, because you can't see anything when the sun glares directly at you. As John stated, my name is Robert Smedley. I am the Republican Assistant Majority Leader on the city's Common Council, and I am openly gay. Thank you for joining us this morning. I want to begin by thanking John for all the behind-the-scenes work to organize and promote Pride events in our city. My kitchen has been turned into a virtual studio, completely rearranged my house for tomorrow's event, so please make sure you tune in and watch. I'd also like to thank Mayor Stewart for her support for the LGBTQ community within our city. This month commemorates the Stonewall riots that occurred in June of 1969, as John mentioned. I'm very fortunate to have been born during the transition period of acceptance in our world, and I thank and respect those who were part of any struggle that has afforded me the right and comfort to be who I am in my own skin here today. Thank you to my family, friends, co-workers who have always extended support to me and those around me. But today the tides have turned. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the hurt and discrimination that African Americans are facing in our world today. Similar to the Stonewall riots, unjust actions are being taken by people who disgrace the law enforcement badge. I stand here today to say Black Lives Matter, and I stand with those who wish for change in a peaceful and respectful manner. I read an article a few days ago by a woman named Kathleen Diaz, who writes about topics of concern for law enforcement in rural and remote locations. Her article goes something like this: I tell you now, the unicorn does not exist. Lies, you can buy it at Target for $39.99. It's inflatable. You can't have it, but what you can't have is a human. She goes on to explain that there are two sides to everything and that humans aren't perfect. You can break perfectly good humans, she says, by insisting they become something they can't be, things no one can be. So I ask you, how do we find a balance in life today? I wear a shirt, as I mentioned earlier, decorated with sequins. This shirt has a secret message. This shirt has a purpose. Today, I challenge everyone to show love to one another. 1980s pop star Tina Turner said, "What's love got to do with it?" Well, its effects have proven success. From our local friend Nelva Marquez Green's Love Wins movement, teaching our students about care and compassion in schools, to iconic gay dance themes like Robin S.'s Show Me Love. It just makes you want to dance, doesn't it? Love has power and can change things for the better. I love New Britain, I love all of you, and I love myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Smedley. Next up, Alderwoman Beloin-Saavedra.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm Sharon Saavedra, and this weekend I was feeling exhausted and I was feeling misunderstood. And I woke up this morning again and I was trying to reflect on, as a white heterosexual woman, why am I exhausted and feeling misunderstood? And I think if I feel that way in the fight for rights for people who are experiencing discrimination, how does that community feel? I don't know what it feels like to be discriminated against as part of the lesbian and gay community. I don't know what it feels like to be a young black person afraid of being stopped, frisked, and arrested just for being black. But I know that I'm exhausted and tired, so the people of those communities have to be exhausted and tired as well. So I just want to say I am a white ally to everybody who feels that they have been marginalized. And as a representative of the City Council, I will be voting for that resolution. I will be part of the mayor's team supporting it and speaking in favor of it. And I stand today to tell you, as a lifelong resident of New Britain, I will try to do my very best to represent all of you who have ever felt discriminated against and marginalized. And today we celebrate the raising of the flag, and I am very proud to stand with pride. Thank you.
Next up, the person who I called outside Stonewall Inn. The person who said, you know what, go for it. Let's get this whole thing started. The mayor of our city, the 40th mayor of the city of New Britain, Aaron Stewart.
I can't believe I actually answered my phone that day when you called. I usually don't answer. No, I'm just kidding. And I've been friends with John for far too long. He was, you know what? Can I tell you? Do you mind if I tell your story? Okay, because I feel like this story needs to be said. John was an intern in my office, and you were not out when you were an intern in my office, but it's fairly evident that John's gay. But you know, I think watching you and who you've become and what you've turned into, with wanting to take who you are, embrace who you are, really bring that forward and then highlight your struggles and everything you've gone through as a gay individual in the city of New Britain, and expand that into such a broader reach. Congratulations, John, because there's not a lot of people that would be an activist like you and take this movement to another level. So I just want to say thank you. But that's what it's all about, right? Embracing people's differences, and accepting them and bringing them out and making jokes about it, and right, and making people feel comfortable in their own skin. And I think that's what we do really well here in the city of New Britain. And I stand here today, you know, it's a proud day to be mayor in this community. This is our second annual Pride flag raising event. I'm sure it won't be the last, definitely better not be, but John needs to find some more members of his committee to get involved to keep doing these events, so make sure that you talk with him about joining. But I think, you know, as each year watching this event grow and grow, I have no doubt, John, that your Pride Festival goal will eventually be accomplished, because John wants to have a parade and he wants to do all these great things. I told him, like, you gotta start small and slowly build up, and as we grow more and more people and become a part of that, then we can get there. And I just looking out at everybody that's here today, you're getting there, and that's awesome. And anything that I can do, you know, to support you in that is just, you know, you've got my 110 support percent. Missed that word. But you know, it speaks volumes for who we are as a community, accepting everybody, you know, gay, straight, black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, you name it, we support everyone in the city of New Britain, and that's what makes us great. And one of the things that I've learned over the last week or so is that I'm always learning, right? And we're always learning of how to become better leaders, better people, and you learn by listening. And so, John, I just want to thank you, and Smedley, thank you, you know, for always educating me on things that I don't know anything about. So thank you, because that helps make me a better leader and makes me be able to lead our city better for people like you. So thank you.
We are now going to bring up the keynote speaker for today. I've been lucky enough to know the Lieutenant Governor for some time now. She's been a great advocate for the LGBTQ plus community, both when she was Secretary of State, when she was candidate for Lieutenant Governor, and now as Lieutenant Governor working with Governor Ned Lamont. With that, Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysiewicz.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
John, thank you so much for having me here on this beautiful day in this beautifully diverse city of New Britain. I'm so proud to be here on behalf of Governor Lamont and myself to celebrate your flag raising and Pride Month. Now, I'll tell you, we are here together at a very difficult time in our country's history as we are confronting the racism that sadly is still in every aspect of our society. But we have now a call to action to do better. So I'm so proud to be here with all of you. Last 2 years ago, we had the first Pride flag raising at the state capitol. I called the Capitol Police to arrange the first flag raising and was told, sorry, we can't do that. And I was told that you can only raise a flag of a recognized country. And let's just say the governor and I were very persuasive, and we managed 2 years ago to have the first flag raising and the second last week, and are looking forward to having that as an annual event in our state because it shows that we are a welcoming state, that we are a proud state, that we welcome everyone to our beautiful state of Connecticut. And in fact, we are proud to have been a leader. In 2008, we were the second state in the country to recognize marriage equality with the Kerrigan case decided by our state Supreme Court. And since then, we have continued to pass very good legislation, and I want to give a shout out to State Representatives Jeff Curry and to State Representative Raheb Ali Brennan for bringing forward legislation in this past session to ban the gay panic defense. Also, this past legislative session, we passed legislation to require our Department of Motor Vehicles to recognize a non-binary option on license plates, on driver's licenses, so you don't have to pick male or female. Those are not the only option because, of course, some people don't identify with either. And this past month, I was proud to join with 20 of my Lieutenant Governor colleagues from around the country and our Attorney General, William Tong, to call upon the Food and Drug Administration to eliminate the 3-month ban on giving blood if you're a gay man. That's ridiculous, especially when there's no medical evidence to require that. And furthermore, we are in a public health pandemic, and we would have an additional 300,000 gay people who want to and could donate blood. And by the way, for each pint of blood that you donate, you save 3 lives. So hopefully the current administration will recognize that and change that rule. So thank you so much for gathering here and joining us today. And know that every day in our state, the governor and I get up and think about how we can make our state more fair and more equal for everyone who lives in our beautiful state. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so proud to be here.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Just 2 more quick notes before we raise the flag. One thing that we've done actually here as part of New Britain Pride is we've sent an email to every single elected official in the state of Connecticut, all the way down from our state executives to our municipal CEOs, over 400 emails asking them to sign a letter to the FDA commissioner to stand with the governor and the lieutenant governor. So hopefully you can talk with municipal CEOs and get that done for us. I'd also be remiss to also acknowledge some other elected officials that we have. Representative Pettit, thank you for coming today. Senator Bizzarro, and Representative Papa. Thank you so much for showing up today. With that, Mayor Stewart, Smedley, Lieutenant Governor, let's raise this flag.
We good, we good.
So, in conclusion, our story is a collection of individual narratives coming together during times of difficulty, and there's no doubt that recent history has proven to be difficult for our community. I'm reminded of the monologue from the finale of the landmark LGBTQ show from the year 2000, Queer's Folk. So the Thumper Thumper continues. There will always, no matter what happens, no matter who is president, Our Lady of Disco, the divine Miss Gloria Gaynor, has always sung, "We will survive." So today we have remembered and honored our past and present, but now it is time for us to recommit ourselves to building a future towards a more perfect union. A union not of hate or bigotry, but one of hope and compassion. Thank you all for attending today's ceremony, and thank you for showing up for the LGBTQ+ community. Thanks, everyone.